Among the stocks getting pounded are technology stocks, and ironically enough, Tesla, this even with news that Elon Musk was chosen as Time's 2021 Person of the Year. But this oftentimes happens, by the way, someone who is recognized for great achievements, they come on bad press, and sometimes their companies, the rare times it happens when a company titan is featured, comes under some duress. Susan Lee with us right now, Ray Wang, Constellation Research CEO. Everybody wants to rule the world. Ray wants to rule the world. It's working perfectly. So guys, welcome to both of you. Susan, first off on this choice by Time and the reaction of the markets. Now, you could also argue there's a separate report out today that say Tesla stock has run up too far, too fast. Some comeuppances do, but what do you make of it all?
That's right. So the Barron's report is saying that Tesla is a little stretched by valuations. You're looking at price to earnings of 330 times for this year's bookings. And I would probably look at it as more of a price to value kind of stock because it's a little bit more reasonable at a ratio of 16 times. So yes, you get growth there. But, as you said, I think Time chose the right guy. Who else on the planet is this influential, moves markets with one single tweet, richest man on the planet, and everybody pays attention to? You tell me, except for Neil Cavuto, of course.
Well, of course. Ray, it's interesting, too, because technology has sort of led this multi-year bull market parade. And I'm wondering, given the Barron's article and others that say, there could be a breakdown going on here. Not necessarily a crash, but sort of like a reassessment of order here in the face of higher interest rates and all of that everyone says is inevitable. Of course, we haven't seen that in market rates. But what do you make of all that?
I think we're still going to get higher interest rates, but that's really going to be one of those things that you look at. Are you going to get a better return in tech, or are you going to get a return in other asset classes? And tech is still going to win. And so I think we'll see a dip towards the end of the year as people cash out. But the impact on the Tesla stock is a little bit different. I think it's really because the 42,000 Bitcoins that Tesla owns are down at the moment. So I think that's a bigger impact right now than some of the other macro factors.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Susan, I'm curious, too. Apple itself is its own little juggernaut here. Some people call it a technology entertainment mutual fund in one. But right now it's closing in on $3 trillion market value. What do you make of all that?
But that's the opposite of the Tesla trade, right? Because with Apple, you have a steady cash flow. Some would call it a bond-like type of stock, since you do have a certain amount of dividends that are given out each and every year. They buy about $100 billion worth of stock each and every year, and that's the main reason why it's the largest holding for Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett. But if you think about it, Apple at $3 trillion, that's larger than the entire German equity market. So that's larger than the UK economy. It's incredible. And I would probably pin this on Tim Cook and the leadership under its CEO, because when he took over 10 years ago, Apple's only worth $350 billion. So in those 10 years, it's now gone up to a $3 trillion. You've gone up 10 times during that decade. And remember when he came in, right, Neil, they said, oh, he's not innovative. He's not a Steve Jobs. He's a supply chain type of guy. But if you think about it, I mean, you've had this iPhone saturation, and for somebody to step in to say, okay, well, we need to innovate in different ways with services, and that includes Apple TV, Apple Care, and the like, for that to now double in 4 years, you have to give the credit to the CEO.
Yeah, well, we always blame him if something goes wrong, right? I mean, so you might as well give the accolades and things are going right. I'm wondering, Ray, everyone talks to technology about the next big thing, that there's a limited time, for Apple just to rely on the core strengths of so many businesses, as Susan outlined. And one of the things you hear a lot of talk about are these new Apple glasses. I guess when Google made that attempt, they were just dorky and, to me, kind of stupid. But
Snap,
but
too.
Fine. Yeah, you're right. I'm just wondering, is that the next big thing? It wouldn't be the first time, Ray, Apple has found a way to do something right that others had failed at doing, sometimes even when it comes to the exact same thing.
Neil, that's a great point, and I think people are looking at a $4 trillion market cap as they get into cars, as they get into glasses. The glasses are part of a bigger story around the metaverse economy, and what we're seeing is really the Web 3.0 interfaces, the reality worlds that are coming, the glasses and the interfaces that are going to be much bigger than where we are today. So I think that's where you're seeing that, and we'll see when they actually announce those, because there's been a lot of attempts at this from Facebook to Google to Microsoft, and getting away from bulky headset, getting away from cords, getting away from short battery life is going to be important. So
Yeah.
You know, I think it's arguable that this is the metaverse that we're in right now, since we're in 3 different locations and having this conversation like it's real.
Yeah. You mean it's not real? You guys are just like...
Avatars.
Oh, I thought
right
so.
this is my avatar. This is my avatar.
Yeah. You do look a little blue, so I could see that. Guys, thank you both very much. Of course, referring to a movie that very few people just seized on here.